Hi Charlie, welcome to the 25th day of my video polling experiment, where I break down and analyze the LinkedIn poll that I posted last week and that closed this morning. Today's topic is one that might be controversial to a lot of people, but I did my best to word the question in a way that makes it as least controversial as possible. So that question is, how long do you think President Donald Trump's tariffs will last? There were 4 answer choices: under 6 months, 6 months to a year, 1 year to 2 years, and over 2 years. Now, I know that these tariffs are an incredibly divisive issue, so when I was trying to formulate a poll question to capitalize on the relevance of this topic, I did my best to pick one that would be as least controversial as possible. And this one's just about objective timing, not whether you approve or disapprove of the tariffs, but just your prediction about how long they will last, which I think is a bit more of an inclusive topic than asking if you agree or disagree with these policies. And also, I'm not entirely sure, because I've never gotten a warning or a notification from LinkedIn about it, but if I recall correctly, LinkedIn has a policy against posting overtly political content. Now, I have come across some content on LinkedIn that is very much politically motivated, so I'm not sure if that policy, I'm misreading it, or if they changed the policy, or if people are just kind of getting away with that kind of content because LinkedIn can't police every single post. But anyway, I try to make this question as inclusive as possible, as factually grounded as possible. So, of the 93 voters who voted on this poll, here are the distribution of their votes. 44% said Trump's tariffs would last under 6 months, 28% said they would last 6 months to a year, 12% said they would last 1 year to 2 years, and 16% said they would last over 2 years. So a pretty even distribution, all things considering, with a skew toward positivity, with most people saying that Donald Trump's tariffs will last under a year. That would account for 72% of the voters. So I appreciate the optimism about the situation, and as the statistics that I'm going to share with you will show, a lot of these tariffs seem to be more a saber-rattling, kind of bark being worse than bite type of thing, just because a lot of these threatened tariffs have not been implemented, at least not yet, which makes it seem a bit more like a publicity stunt than a long-term presidential strategy. So anyway, on to the statistics. President Trump planned to impose 25% tariffs on Mexican and Canadian imports, 10% on energy products, and 10% tariffs on Chinese imports. Now, this is what Donald Trump was saying that he was going to do last week. The 10% tariffs on Chinese imports was imposed on February 4th, 2025. That was last Wednesday, exactly 1 week from today. So those 25% tariffs on Mexican and Canadian imports have not been imposed yet, at least not to my knowledge, but the tariffs on Chinese imports have been implemented, and who knows how long those are going to last. President Trump has not been entirely clear on that, but we will see how the situation turns out, and I will try to keep you updated. During his first term, that's 2016 to 2020, President Trump imposed tariffs on $380 billion of imported goods. This time, during his second term of 2024 to 2028, President Trump's tariffs might affect $1.4 billion of goods. These tariffs might cause car prices to rise by about $3,000 on average, which I would not necessarily say is beneficial for the average American, since car prices are already through the roof. Like, you cannot get like a high quality new car for anything less than $20,000, it seems. If you want $15,000 or below for a car, you have to venture into the used car market, which has notorious reliability and transparency issues. Anyway, end rant, back to the statistics. Canadian President Justin Trudeau announced 25% tariffs on $107 billion in U.S. goods, including beer, clothing, and household appliances. Now, to my knowledge, I don't know if these tariffs have been implemented already or if they will be implemented in the future, but it just kind of goes to show that tariffs are not necessarily a one-way street. Other countries can impose them too, and it remains to be seen what effect these tariffs are going to have on global trade and prices as a whole in the United States. But if the rising cost of eggs is any indication, I doubt that prices are going to be going down anytime soon. So anyway, Charlie, thank you for listening to my spiel about Donald Trump's tariffs. I try to keep things as objective and fact-based as possible on this channel. This is not necessarily a political or socio-cultural channel. I do try to rely on the facts and the figures and the hard numbers. So anyway, Charlie, thank you for supporting me in my little spiel about various trending topics, both financial and socio-cultural. And stay tuned for my 26th poll video analysis tomorrow. Bye, Charlie, and have a wonderful day.